stakeholders. Let me Mr. Das. He has 26 plus years of experience as an entrepreneur.
I think by mistake, the speaker left, sir.
I think the MC has gone. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Taos. I am having 26 years of experience in digital transformation, and I am running business for past 14 years. I am the founder of HR Business Circle. Why HR Business Circle? Is HR is something like it's a separate business, right? Even if it is in a company, if suppose a company is having 5 to 6 HR professionals, if the company is not doing good, if a founder thinks I can start a new business, they can use the HR executive and start a new business, right? So inside the company, it's a separate business. And also, we usually say mind your business, but you can't say mind your business to the HR people, right? So they mind your business. So that's what I kept it as a business. And second is a circle. Why means circle means if you go to a company, so the HR is in the center where they can have a connection with all the stakeholders, operations, HR, everything, top management, middle management. So everything they have a connection. So that's what is circle. That's what I kept it as a HR business circle. So right now it's a small community where it has been started as a community, but I want to it should become a ecosystem. Okay, so I believe on ecosystem. Why ecosystem means, for an example, this world is an ecosystem, right? So where the humans, animals, trees, insects, everything is a community, right? So they come together and live as a ecosystem. If something is not exist, other won't exist. So like this, I want to bring this HR business circle ecosystem for HR professionals. So it's not only for the HR professionals. The stakeholders might be a MSME or a corporate or a HR professional, even an aspiring HR professional, or even a solution, a technology solution for HR professionals. A lot of stakeholders are there when you connect this HR, right? So my this mission of this HR business circle is to bring everything together, and everyone in this take experience and knowledge from this, and also give experience knowledge to this ecosystem. So that's a small introduction of HR business circle. Is it MC available?
Yeah, sir. Having some technical issues, sir. Sorry for that. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for the informative speech, sir. This webinar is sponsored by Shift HR World, a recruitment agency. Now, let me introduce Mr. Sundar. He has 30 plus years of experience in people management and HR from various MNC. He helped a MNC to build a branch at Pondicherry from 30 to 350 employees. Currently, he is heading the Shift HR World Recruitment Service business vertical. He played a vital role in getting clients and stabilizing unique process, which has resulted to deliver faster and quality candidates to the clients. I would like to invite Mr. Sundar to speak about Shift HR World. Over to Mr. Sundar.
Thank you, Akshaya. Good afternoon to all participants. So it's wonderful that we are joining again for another big session. Wonderful, interesting session by Suresh Kumar Murugesh. I'm excited to introduce our recruitment services consultancy to you all. Shift HR World, we specialize in connecting talent candidates with the best companies in their respective industry. Currently, we are serving 20 plus clients across India in both IT and non-IT industry. This financial year, we are focusing around 100 plus clients. We are closing around 5 to 10 positions on an average every month, and every month we are seeing steady increase in numbers. So this month we are targeting to 30 to 40 positions to get closed. So our team size is close to around 10 plus recruiters and also 5 plus freelancers we have. So they are supporting us from the external point. We are targeting to increase around 50 plus by this financial year, 50 plus recruiters by this financial year. And we are connected with various job portals, Naukri, Indeed, LinkedIn, as well as Monster. Not only we are depending on portals, we also have internal database which is close to around 7,000 plus resumes, and resumes are getting added day by day. We use CPAL ATS, it is applicant tracking system, to share the profiles starting from screening to sharing the profile to the client and onboarding the client to the client side. And also we are specialized on, like, whatever we commit to the client is within 24 hours we are able to provide the appropriate profiles, appropriate resumes which are being according to the JD. Whatever the JD is matching, we are sharing with the client within 24 hours of time. Even within 48 hours, the positions are getting closed. So thanks for giving me an opportunity. Please visit our website, https://shifthr.world. Thank you so much. Over to Akshaya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for introducing the Shift HR World. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, our speaker for today's webinar. Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan is a passionate professor, researcher, and positive mental health practitioner from Madurai, Tamil Nadu. At present, he is heading the PG Department of Psychology, the American College, Madurai, and Adjunct Professor, School of Behavioral Sciences, Texila American University. He is very keen in research studies and open to learn. His aim is to make impression in the field of knowledge. His area of specialization is psychometry, positive psychotherapy, etc. He has published 30 journal articles, 50 conference and seminar proceedings. He organized more than 1,000 webinars and acted as a resource person for 500 plus webinar sessions. And also, he received 8 awards and delivered 25 plus radio talks and qualified UGC NET in psychology and education, central teacher eligibility test. He published 3 books. I would like to invite our speaker to start the session.
Welcome, Dr. Suresh.
Thank you, sir. Is it my screen is visible?
Yes.
So, greeting to all. I'm really happy to be here to share my learning and experiences on the topic. And before that, I would like to record my sincere gratitude to HR Business Circle owner, sir, and the other members over here, Sundar sir and MC Ms. Akshaya. I hope the inputs I'm going to share with you will make you a wonderful learning experience for you. With that, note, I can begin my presentation. When I received a call from Das, he told me that, can we give me a webinar on a topic? And the topic is already selected by him only because he's a versatile person. It is easy for me to finalize the title. I think all credit goes to him only. Thank you, sir, for that title. And before getting into the presentation, I would like to make a disclaimer here. I given due acknowledgement for all the content I have prepared for the presentation. And if you found some of the acknowledgement is not properly done, and kindly bring it to my knowledge, definitely I will include in that next presentation. And also regarding the content, I researched more than 3 to 4 times, because when I'm giving the content that need to be verified, it must be unreliable and it must be original. And I made an attempt to check those things at least 3 to 4 times. And I hope there won't be any flaw. And if you found anything here and there, some of the points, because you are there in the field, and you can kindly bring it to my notice, and definitely it will helpful for the future learners also. With that note, I can get into that. I'm going to make it into 3 different parts of my presentation. The first one is understanding the concepts. So there are many concepts are there. And the second one is I'm going to give on some insight. What is the relationship between HR and psychology? And finally, how psychology helps the different stakeholders of HR. And there are 9 stakeholders were identified. I hope these inputs will be useful for you. And when it comes to psychology, when we ask the question, what do you mean by psychology? One layman will say that psychology is study of soul. Soul, that is a word generally you can able to get it. You can find the answer in different sources. But when you look at that, the updated one, it says that it is a scientific study. I'm giving the reason why we are calling as a scientific study. Because when you say something, this person is happy, this person is not happy, we can able to give on evidence. So that's why we can say that scientific study. What it will study, there are 2 important components. One is our behavior, anything we behave in a different places. When we look at the people, when they were in the room, personal room, they behave differently. When they are in the community, they behave differently. Why they are behaving such a way? And we can also see that certain behaviors are labeled as a normal behavior, and certain behaviors are labeled as an abnormal behavior or deviant behavior. Why people are exhibiting, showing that abnormal or deviant behavior? What will be the root cause? So everything will be studied. And second important component in psychology is study of mind. It has many components like your thinking pattern, your decision making, your problem solving, your learning, your memory. There are many components are there. And it will also study what is going in your mind. So that is an interesting field, I can say that. And when you look at that, psychology has many topics. So it will help the person to understand the individual and the group process. When we look at the people who is alone, and their behavior and thinking process is totally different from when they are in a group. And if it is a known group and unknown group, their behavior is totally different. So we will understand why such a behavior change is happening in a person. And also we'll understand that the different types of emotions. Here, when we look at that audience over here, we may have we are feeling that whether happy or not. So that these emotions, positive and negative emotions are there. And we'll understand why some people are most of the time they are happy, why some people are most of the time are negative in nature, why they are experiencing more negative emotions. And you will get an answer from psychology. And it studies about cognition, the perception, understanding what it is, as it is, and the development, the personality, the social interactions, and the mental health. It's a very important component. And these are the very predominant topics we will study in psychology. And I'll move on to the next one. Pinpoint that ultimate aim of psychology is to understand the people, how they are thinking, how they are feeling, how they are behaving in a situation. When we look at that as HR professional, and you have to know about why this person is behaving such a way, why this person experiencing feeling such a way. When we look at that, you are giving the same instruction. One person take it positively, and another person take it normal, neutral, and another person take it negatively. Why it is so? And that understanding we can able to get it. And also, we know that how the people will think, what kind of thinking process is going on in a person. By looking at the face, we can able to get it. And here, the important topic I'm jumping into that, the relationship between HR and psychology. Interestingly, there is a human resource management, and there are many PG diploma programs in psychology. There is one area specialization in psychology called industrial psychology or organization psychology. When I'm reading the chapter and books, what I found that most of the components or practices done by HR professionals are taken from the psychology. Psychological theories, I can say. It may be from the principles, it may be from the psychological law, it may be psychological concepts. They take it from psychology and they are applying in the field. The one interesting thing I found that. And we can able to see that there is a close relationship is there between HR and the psychology. For HR people, psychology provides a lot of information, valuable insights to the HR professionals. For example, to understand the human behavior, their cognition, and what are the factors that motivate the person being in the current organization, why people are jumping into other organizations, and social interaction, why there are many people are interacting with others, why some people are not interacting. And these crucial roles of HR professionals, we can able to understand when we connect with psychology. And here are the key elements of HR professionals and psychology, which plays on very important role. And I hope the HR professionals, we are well aware about these elements. One is about recruitment and selection. Very, very, very basic things. And second one is training and development. Training and development you will do when the person is not adequately trained, so one by one. And performance management, employee engagement and motivation, organization development and change management, employee relation and well-being. Here, when we look at that, the recruitment and selection, the primary activity of HR professional is recruitment and selection. There, what they will do to select the right person and recruit right person, they use psychological principles. They use psychological methods of assessment for the recruitment process. I can say some of the assessment they will do in selecting and recruiting. For example, personality test. Just think about it. You are going to select a person for a marketing. If the person's personality type is an introvert, definitely he won't be suitable for the particular person. And if it is an extrovert, it is more suitable. So we'll understand for a particular profession, a particular career, a particular personality is required. And here it will help you to understand that which personality type need to be selected. And also it will help us to know about the cognitive ability. For example, when it comes to certain professions, certain careers, we need to know about their mental ability. That's why when we go to any recruitment process, the primary objectives of recruiters are aptitude testing. So what they are doing, they are screening that the person who can able to understand by themselves. So that's very important. Cognitive ability testing, that comes intelligence, aptitude, and achievement. Many components are there. So they will do these assessment, what we can call as the psychometric assessment. Through psychometric assessment, they will select suitable candidates. And they will understand that what are the psychological factors which will help them to, I can say that, just imagine the value system of an individual. We can take here people, there are many HR programs are here. We may have the value. For example, if I am having the value, my value is not to lie. Okay. And if you go the job which require you have to persuade the client. So need to talk in a way you can able to influence the client, and your value will not allow you to do that. We have to check that value. There are many values are there. For example, economic value, political value, social value, aesthetic value, theoretical values. And we can check the person's these values and we have to select the person. And if there is a incompatibility, when we are selecting the person, generally we used to select the person based on the personality and interest. But here we have to understand that we have to select the person based on the core value system the person having. It's very important. I can say one example here for understanding. if you are recruited as a sales manager or sales executive in one of the jewelry job, what they will do, they will place gold here and there, and they will check that whether this person is more genuine or not. And if your values not consistently, and if you are not truthful, there is a high chances are that you may not be retained and you may not be sustained in the particular job. And you will select the right person for the right job. And I can give the final input here for recruitment and selection. If I ask you, what would you like to have? Okay, so some people will say that I want to eat curd rice. Because the summer you want to eat curd rice. If I give curd rice again and again, will you like it? One point of time you'll say no. But if I ask the same questions to your mother or your family member, and they will say that, okay, this person likes the particular food. How they are saying it is called trait personality or trait interest. Trait means consistency. Excuse me. The consistency they will check. When I'm selecting a career based on my consistency, that we can say trait interest or trait personality, and that person will be, throughout the year, he will be there and he won't leave the job in between. That is very important point. I hope that input he can able to get it from psychometric assessment. And second one is training and development. I just quickly run through that training and development. The significant role of HR professional is to provide effective training and development. To whom? The stakeholders. So what they will do, they select, for example, to motivating the client. So they will use the theories from psychology. And to find out that the current level of effectiveness, to improve the effectiveness of the person, and they will use some certain inputs. And it is very, very interestingly, you can able to see many of the training and development, they use psychological principles. For example, memory training. So it's one of the training I can say that when the employees need a better memory and they need to have memory skills, memory techniques that need to be taken from psychological. And I'm giving one aspect. There are many components are there, and we'll move on to the next one, the performance management. 360-degree evaluation, I think you all know that. Need not to be given much input on that. So you will get an insight about the candidate, the recruited person, and you will evaluate periodically, and you will get a feedback, and you will set up goals also, short-term and long-term goals, and where they are, whether they achieved or not. And it will give an introspection to the person where they are. And this clarity, you can able to get the performance management. And here, psychological theories plays a crucial role to give an accurate information about the profile of the recruited persons. And employee engagement and motivation is another interesting thing. One of the important complaints from the stakeholders, they will say that we are recruiting people, but it is sustaining the people is very difficult for us. So engaging them for a longer period of time and engaging them productively, it is very difficult. And here, if you will find out that what are the loopholes are there, it will lead them to distract the client, distract the candidates, the employees. It will give clear understanding. So what are the factors that will distract? What are the how we can help the person to perform better? And these things we can able to get it from the Maslow's hierarchy theory, and few more theories also there that will give insight to the HR professionals. And for organizational development and the change management, I think promoting employee well-being is an ultimate aim. It is a concern, because if I'm good, just imagine that I'm an employee of an organization. If my well-being is taken care, and I will work for the employee. I can give one example. In an organization, the founder of that organization, he will invite the employees on a particular day, and he will serve by himself. He is making an emotional connect. He is making that well-being emotionally connecting with the person, and he is asking the concern, do you have any concern? And he will fulfill the needs of the person. When he does so, think about that. The employee is emotionally connected. Will he think about leaving the organization? Never ever. Even the workload is more, and he will volunteer himself and he will work for that. And these inputs he can able to get, for example, the resilience, whether you can making the transition of the one level to another level, the teamwork, understanding that organization culture, and these things we can get it from that psychological theories, and it will help the employees to perform better in an organization. and the employee relations and well-being. Generally, we human beings are social animals. We are related to one another. But there are many people who don't know what is the right way to relate with others. Okay, so these things we can able to get it, understand that the issues of the employees, and it will help the person to promote that well-being. How they promote the well-being? There are 4 important components are there: cognitive well-being, emotional well-being, behavioral well-being. Behavior means appropriate behavior. Certain behaviors will make them other person uncomfortable. So it will help you what are the appropriate behavior you have to exhibit in a place when the person is there. And these things we can able to get it. And finally, the psychology and HR. As I said, there is a lot of similarities we can able to find out psychology and HR. The scientific foundation for HR professionals, many research also found that there is a very good relation is there. These two fields are intertwined and they are highly correlated, highly interrelated. And when we are applying psychological principle methods in HR professionals, we can able to make them informed decisions and effective intervention if there is a conflict arise. And they will create an work environment which has a more protective in nature and promote employees' well-being, and organization will be more successful. So we know that the importance of the relationship between psychology and HR. Now I'm getting into the core area. Am I with you? Can you able to follow me? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So here the main core concept I'm coming, and the stakeholders of HR. Here there are 9 stakeholders are identified for HR professionals. They are employees, the managers and supervisors, executive and leadership team, job applicant and candidates, union and employee representative, regulatory and government bodies, the external service providers like Swift HR World is one of the external service providers, shareholder and investor, and community and society. And these are the 9 important stakeholders, and we will understand one by one. Who is the employee? For HRs, they are the primary stakeholders. So what they will do with the employees? The recruitment, onboarding, training, the development, the performance management, employee relation, benefit administration, addressing the concerns of the employees. You will understand the needs of the employees throughout the process. So when it comes to employees, these are the many components involved in employee. And managers and supervisors, again, you can able to see the executives and team leadership. There are many points are related, but I will go through some of the points I give. The hiring process and the performance management, employee development, and these things will be done in that manager and supervisor level. And I can move on to here. I'm just getting to that I've given brief. The 4 elements of how psychology helps the first stakeholder, the employees. The employees in an organization are individuals, or we can able to see it is very difficult for them to adjust with others. It is because not understanding the individual difference. When you look at the fingers in 5 in our hand, 5 fingers, not the same. So when you are getting into an organization, it is ultimate aim of psychology, the HR professionals using the psychology to help the employees to understand that individual difference. Individuals are different in their thought process. Individuals differ in the feeling and experiences. Individuals differ in the behavior also. So when they know about it, and they will give the value for the person. Okay, this person is behaving in a way. It is because he will accept as it is. If the person is not understanding the individual difference, it is very difficult to go with that employee. And another one is employee selection and placement. We have looked into that there are many components are there. The selection itself, you can say job applicant, the preliminary screening, psychometric assessment, again secondary screening, entry. There are many components, many folds are there, where you will understand there is an I hope you all know that the highest position in government sector is an IAS. Okay, where you can able to see in all the recruitment in the interview, you can able to see 2 psychologists will be there, and they will observe that each and every activities of the client, the candidate, when he is facing the interview. Psychologists look at how the person is behaving. I still remember one of the person who is holding the hand like this, and the person having the pen in the hand were rejected. So there are many components they will look at that, and they will understand. And here, psychology will help the person provide the right, appropriate training to the stakeholders. I'll give one example. The Corona time. Okay, what is the predominant training needed for the employees? Health and hygienic practices, awareness about Corona, and preventive measures. These are the training that need to be given. So we have to understand, need assessment. And based on that, the employees training will be given. These are one component I'm saying that. And there are one more thing. There are certain organizations before selection and after selection, they will give the training. The before selection, they have a mandate for the particular employment. So they will check that the skill level of the employee. Just think about out of 10, they are having 4 or 5 points. The remaining 5 that need to be developed, they will give the training and they will move to the next level. So they will put it as a training period. The training period, they will understand the present level and they will provide appropriate training with the trained members. So these things will happen in training and development. And next one is performance management and feedback. They will closely watch the performance of the employee. We can say 360-degree evaluations, and they will give the feedback to that employee. Okay, you look at these are the areas who are strong, and these are the areas need to be improvised. And that can be done with the help of psychology. And work-life balance is very important. And I can say that there are many people who miss out this work-life balance. They are very good in work, but when it comes to their life, and there are many family members are scattered, it is because they didn't find a time to spend with family members. And it is the duty of the HR professionals, you have to help them to understand how we can maintain work-life balance. So the family get together, and these are the process will be taken care by the employers. And the well-being component, as I said earlier. So cognitive well-being, so when the person is not having that thinking only negative components, so they will provide a positive affirmation, say about that positive words. When you look at many of the organizations, you can find out the affirmations here and the quotes, the positive quotes. So it ensures that the thought process, what you think that you will become. I hope you will accept that. So when your thought is regulated in positive manner, and we can able to make a positive change. The next one is the emotions. So positive emotions are some very important. We may have 3 kind of state right now. You may feel good, you may feel average, you may feel low. Do you know why? It is because the emotion experience you had in the morning. And that is the one that will attract all the other emotions. We are good at finding the fault in others, finding the negative emotions in others. But it is very difficult for us to distinguish that various positive emotions. Even for labeling the positive emotions are very difficult. And we have to take care of that emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is nothing but understanding your own emotion and others' emotion. And managing your own emotion, which means the negative emotion and others' emotion. If the person is angry, you have to behave in a way to pull the person. And regulating the emotions. So these are the important things you will do in well-being and behavior. When the person who are getting into the job, will teach them how you behave with your boss, how you behave with your team leader, how you behave with the fellow employees. And these things that will be done. And psychology helps you a lot in this component. And conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is something we have to understand. The team members are the one who work for the growth of the organization. If someone is not compatible with other members, there is a conflict. It is the duty of the HR professional. They try to resolve the conflict in the beginning stage itself. Otherwise, everything will be in a mess. how they can able to resolve that conflict. First, they have to understand what is the root cause, what is the level of that conflict, and what there are many types of it. I can give one example in transaction analysis. The people will say that I am okay, you are okay. You have to check whether the person is okay, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And if the person is okay, then the other person is okay. And my fellow employee is not okay, definitely that will affect my performance also. Conflict resolution is understanding each and every individual, and that can be done with the help of psychology. And finally, employee engagement. There are many organizations are successful leaders because they know how to engage their employees in the right directions. And you know that in a team of members, one person will be more creative and one person will be hardworking, one person will be smart worker. And the team lead must assign the work based on their core areas. And these understanding can able to get it. And motivations can be given by promotion, by incentives, and you can able to see that by the verbal words, a single word. I think you have done amazing. A single word, gratitude, appreciating others, acknowledging others, and these things will help. And this one is a very basic things. The first stakeholder, they are the primary one. I can say that nearly 90% of the stakeholders for hrforums are employees. And the next stakeholder is on how psychology help HR stakeholder like manager and supervisors. When you look at that, the manager and supervisor and team leader, most of the points are similar. And if I'm little fast or if you are not able to follow, please kindly stop me. I try to go and answer for you. And here for manager and supervisors, when we look at that, understanding individual difference. Why they have to understand individual difference? When there is a huge difference is there in a team, heterogeneous and homogeneous. Homogeneous group are more conducive for making the environment better. It is the duty of the team lead must understand the individual difference, homogeneous group. And effective communication is the one who make other members to communicate with others effectively. I'm saying something that need to be understood, comprehended by the person properly, what I said. If it is wrongly understood, and there is a mess, then effective communication training need to be given, and that could be done. Very simple understanding. We all know that in the communication, which one has a more impact, whether the language or the non-verbal cues. Studies are saying that more than 60% non-verbal cues plays an important role. So we are understanding what the other persons are thinking by looking at the face. Now, I can give one example. The senior executives, senior managers, they look at the employee face and they will say that, okay, you are undergoing issues, even though the person is, I'm okay. It is because their experience was there. Like the mother look at the son's eye and they will say that, okay, no, don't lie to me. You are having the problem. Tell me what is going on. And motivating and engaging employees, there are many ways they will take care of it. The same thing, the performance management and coaching, and conflict resolution and team dynamics, emotional intelligence. I can give one example for emotional intelligence. There are many ways or models are there for recruiting and selection. And one model is there, the focus is given to emotional intelligence. In a company, there are the same owner. He has two branches. One is in a city and another one is in a suburban area, semi-urban. And he selected people in a way, highly intelligent people in an organization, in a city organization. And another one is highly aptitude person. In another organization, the average achievement people were recruited, but they are emotionally connected. At the end of the year, when he was checking that the productivity of these two organizations, we all think that in an organization, for highly intelligent recruited may give better outcome. But unfortunately, what he found that the organization with average ability and highly emotional intelligence, they given better performance than that first one. Now the shift is given to emotional intelligence rather than achievement or aptitude for selection. Because when I'm emotionally not well, I can say that it is like a contagious. one person is contagious and he will make other members, everything will be spoiled. One negative thing. So the emotional experiences need to be on positive. There is a theory called rod and bill theory, where it's saying that one positive emotion attracts all the positive emotions. The same way for the negative emotions also. When you have one negative emotion, it attracts all the negative emotions. So for the manager and supervisor, the change management, these are the things the psychology will help. And same thing for the executives and leadership team, most of the points are similar and can say that few points are unique for these. I highlight only those components. It will help the person to understand the human behavior. Okay, the leadership development. It is a duty of the HR professionals. The next level of leaders need to be developed. Then only the growth of the expansion of the company will happen. And leadership development, identifying the right person, giving the right training, and making them the leader. And emotional intelligence, I think we found that relationship building is very important. Understanding the fellow employees, understanding that subordinate, understanding that the team lead, and they will say that how you can able to relate with others. What is the protocol we have to follow? What we can say, the rules and regulations. The boundary, they will say that relationship boundary, it's very important. That can be done. And decision making and problem solving. A single right decision will make a lot of positive impact. A single negative decision make a huge destruction for the organization. So they will say that how a decision need to be taken. For counting 1, 2, 3. That's the way you can also help the person to make a right decision. If it has come here, okay, you can take these things. A, B. So they will take in that way. Help the person to solve the problem very quickly. And when we look at that, the senior executives or senior managers, when you say that the issues, and they will say that, okay, just leave it, it will be solved. And they will say that, okay, you can do these things, the problem will be solved. How they are saying it? Based on the experience, the problem solving. And organization culture, they are the one who will define. I can say that it is based on that the executives and the leadership team only decide that how the culture must be. Some places we can see the culture open, and some places we can see the culture is very closed. For IT sector, they will not share any information to anybody. So you have to find in a person and team member, they should not share the information. If you select an extrovert, it's very difficult to keep the information. And team dynamics and collaborations. The more frequent activities we do, and that we can able to make the dynamics. When you look at me, my personality. So you may have one personality about me, that understanding. It is a dynamic. It changes over a period of time. It may be constructive or destructive. Please understand. Constructive when you are monitor and make them to move in a particular direction. And not useful dynamics. That destructive means when we are not observed and the person doing inappropriate components, and that will lead destructive. And the well-being component that also need to be taken care of by the team lead. The team lead is not good. The mess will be there. And finally, the job applicant and candidate. How psychology helps HR stakeholder applicants. It will help the person to understand that what is the strength and weakness. So the first form you will give to the person when the client comes, applicant, self-awareness, strength, weakness, SWOT analysis, you can do that. And career exploration. And for their values, their personality, their interests, what are the careers are suitable for? And we will help them to prepare the person to perform in an organization. So how we can know that? Interviewing. See, for aptitude test, a candidate may score better score, but when it comes to interview, the person will fail. And they may not know why I failed. They will say that I'm very good mark, but it won't help them. Interview will understand them by asking questions. They will reveal that the own person. So they will understand, okay, this person will not compatible. And understand job recruitment and fit. What needed? You may study something, you cannot apply for all the job. The relevance need to be there. If, for example, there are 100 applicants are there. and 100 applicants, they are in a scattered or different fields, but you want to select for a particular area. And the similar field you can able to find out, and the openness is there, you can able to select even the other field also. If the open is not there, it is very difficult to sustain. And stress management and coping strategies. The biggest concern for many of the companies are the employees are stressed, the productivity comes down. It is an ultimate duty of the organization. You have to make an effort to reduce the stress. Don't think about stress is only on cognitive. Physical stress, cognitive, emotion, and behavioral stress. So, various strategies are there. You can take any one of the strategy and more frequently that need to be done and reducing the stress of the employee. And coping strategies are the one, it's like a resilience skills. If I fail something, if I'm not able to achieve what I'm taken up, I must bounce back to the normal. That's called coping mechanism, coping strategies. And coping strategies also, it is a skill also given to the employees. Why? If they are coping well, and even for that hard is uncertainties, and they will be for the company, and the productivity will never goes down. And person branding and self-presentation. Individual as a person branding, who he is, and what are the capacities, what he can able to do that by the different areas, how he is exhibiting, how he is performing, that will help the both. We can say in a particular point, he is more punctual. Branding. This person is hardworking. Branding. So how we know that? So it is we are observing the person and we are understanding it, or we are able to get it from other members, and we are, this is the way the branding will happen. So psychology will help the person. Okay, they will say that okay, this person is more sincere and he is more dedicated person. He is a more senior person. That's why he's here. So that will happen. Presentation is another important thing. There are many employees when it comes to they know everything. Even in the interview, you may know that they know the subject, but the interview they may not perform well because they are not aware about how to present the content. And psychology will help them ease them in the beginning. That's why the interview panel we can able to see. And the recruiters will ask me, just introduce about yourself. This is the question they will start. It is the preparing question. There are many understanding that generally why this person put in front of the candidate. It will help the person, the known area he will start. When it comes to other area, he can able to relate and the confidence will be built. And job satisfaction is very important thing. If the person is working in an organization without satisfaction, and definitely there won't be any growth near far. And career development. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. These development components need to be done. And when you look at the executive level, the numbers are very less. You can see find out very less in numbers. But the pack in the down hierarchy, in the pyramid, you can able to see more numbers will be there. And it is a duty of the HR professionals, you can able to, it's like you have to look into the person here and there. And which person is doing well. Okay, he is the person fit for that. You can select and take them. And negotiation and decision making. Negotiating with the organization, negotiation with the client, both can be done with HR professionals. And it is called persuasion skill. Persuasion is one of the important theory in psychology. And when you are well aware about it, and you can able to make and help the person to make what decision they have to take. So this is a benefit for the employees. And here for union and employee representatives, how psychology helps. Again, when we look at in a particular organization, there are many conflicts are coming again and again. It is because of the employee behavior. If you observe the behavior, if it is undeviant, it must be curtailed in the beginning itself. If you are entertaining the behavior in the beginning, at one point at time it is an uncontrollable. When you try to make an what are the attempt you can make, you can't do that. So understand that employee behavior and the behavior is whether within the boundary, within that circle. Then we can proceed forward. And communication and relationship building. The basic skill needed for an employment is on communication. The employee representative are the one, the union, they need to communicate properly what they want, what their employee union want. And that need to be communicated And there are many ways we can able to see. 3 templates will be there, and that need to be given. It will help them to understand properly conflict resolution and mediation. If there is a problem arise in employees, how you can resolve it? How you mediate? Who is the right person for mediate? You cannot say that someone will go and say no, they may not listen. In psychological well-being and work-life balance, in all the components, the representatives from unions or any organization, and they will insist that you have to take care of our well-being as well as our family well-being. So the family programs are initiated is because of the representation given by these organizations. And the work timing, 8 hours, we are fixing timing now. And if you are work from home, these are the hours, and you have to must spend time with your family members. And when there is an organization may have a different branches, change and transition, and why they are making it, because the environment also has a huge impact. If the person is settled in one place, and there won't be any, he may not have the more creative ideas, learned helplessness. And this is one of the interesting theory. And when we look at these things, when the person is transferred to another branch and when he come back, he will be more creative because he learned something there and he will bring it back, and it will help the organization do better. The common thing, training and development. And when how psychology helps regulatory and government bodies, policy development. So one of the policies are really meant for the welfare of the people. The employee mental health, the employee's well-being act. So these are the many acts are coming. The policy development, and psychology only says that okay, how many hours an employee can work, how many hours they can able to take a rest, how many days they need to work. The policy development plays a huge role, and workplace health, safety and hygiene. The protocols will be there. You go to any organization and you have to wear a helmet, and you have to wear a clothes. And if it is on a company, a certain company, they will say that if you're working for a computer IT company, your eyes are the one who are highly affected. So they will say that the 1 hour once you have to take a 5 minutes break. These are the rules they will take. Certain organizations, it is written in front of them, near the monitor, you can able to see. Okay, there is an alarm will come, you have to go and come back. So because it will help them personally ease when they are taking the rest for a minute, like what we can say a power nap. When you are sleep deprived, when you take a power nap, and you can do better in your work. So employee protection and equality, and compliance and enforcement. Like for example, see, when certain thing they feel that it is not work for them, they feel that it is against them, and the mediations need to be done from that policymakers. Okay, when it is not working, and what would be the ideal? That could be done doing brainstorming with the members, and they will say that okay, these are the options. When the interaction with the HR team or organization team with the trade unions, you can able to see these things. Analyzing the data, what other companies are performing. It is the duty. Psychology will help that do the research, cross-sectional and longitudinal. When you are starting where you are, at present where you are, is longitudinal. Cross-section is something. The same branded organization, your opposite organization, and you can look at them where you are, where they are. If they are far away, and what the strategy they have adapted. If they are not doing good, they have done some mistake. What the mistake they have done? You are not supposed to replicate the mistake in your planning. You are not supposed to. And if they have done something, you have to replicate those things. And these things can be done analyzing the data of your own concern and other concerns. And you have to evaluate which one is good for your and the finance. There are many components are there for deciding it. And stakeholder engagement is very important thing. They will give on almost all the policy details. They will give clear and details about how we have to engage the stakeholders. How many years you have to take, how the contract should be, and how many days the person can be on intern. And these details are very well explained. And psychology helps a lot the HR professionals to explain that. Here is for external service providers. And they are the one that need, the first thing they will do, need assessment. what organizations need. Okay, the need assessment means I need developers, I need testers, and then they will check that, okay, these many numbers are the need. And for that, they have to go for dreaming students, dreaming candidate. And they are the one who are outperforming with other members who are applied for the post. The need assessment for the organization. And program design and development. The blueprint for that program. Okay, how that need to be done. They are the one who can able to give very, very clear idea. Just imagine that if I'm not having a blueprint, if I consider a house, and there may be chances other flaws. But when you go with the blueprint, a design, the program design, and there won't be any flaw in that concept. The same thing for that external service providers also. Training and coaching for both. Those are getting into the job, those are already employed, both need a training and coaching. One-to-one, a group, everything that need to be done. There is a concept I hope you all understand. You may hear about skill gap analysis. And external service provider are the one who will understand that, okay, I need these many things. These are the skill set I needed. And you will check whether the skill sets are there in a client, how extent it is there, how we can develop. So they will give training for individual and group. And if you want to say you are most efficient HR professionals, and these are the area you have to find out. There are HRs are very strong and very confident in their. They will say that whatever the employee I'm having, I can able to train them. I can able to force them to perform well. It shows your confidence. If you know that the way you can able to reach your destination. And for the organization development and change of management. Suppose if the team leader changes, how the environment, the culture will be, how we can able to make. And assessment and selection is very common thing. And you can able to see conflict resolution and mediation, evaluation and feedback. And these are the points we have already seen. The beginning itself for the employee. The same thing is applicable for external service providers also. That's why I'm not given much inputs on that, just I mentioned here. And for shareholders and investors, they also need to be taken care of it by the HR professionals. For that, we can depend on psychology, and it gives many things. One is about understanding employee engagement and performance. When we look at, there are company A, B, and C. Company A takes certain activities for employee engagement and performance. Company B will take, and company C will take another strategies. And one may be working for that area. When you adapt that for the another organization, it may not work. And you can record it. That is on feedback. Performance, it is not work for these organizations. And we can take another component. These are the learnings we can get it from psychology. And another one is assessing the organization culture. There are many people who say that my workplace, is amazing. And the environment, the culture is wonderful. So these four we can able to say. Boards. Another one is checking that re-ensuring. And risk assessment. Risk assessment is something when we are selecting the people, the investors are the one who expect if I invest 100 rupees, I must get 1,000 rupees. So is the time is there, sir? 2 more slides. Okay. Okay. And another important thing is about corporate social responsibility, CSR. And there are many organizations, they are doing amazing work. Amazing work. And really reaches the society for the community development. But certain places, they are not for the paperwork only it is going. And that also needs to be taken care. And branding, of course, a reputation about the organization. And psychology teaches what color logo you have to use, how you can branding, where you have to place it. And these are the things psychology says that color psychology, there is one area, broader area. And they say that reading the minds of others. So everything that psychology plays a huge role for the investor and shareholders and long-term value creation. For example, Tata. Tata is a brand name. They created a value. If any product from Tata, we are assuming that the quality will be there. But when you look at Chinese, what comes in our, so that is called long-term value creations. And the final one is that for community and society, the last slide here. And whatever the work we are doing, it is meant for the individual and for the community and society. Ultimate stakeholders are, they are the one. The employees are the one. Who is the employee? He is a member of the community and society. And that also need to be taken care of. It. Workplace diversity, you have to understand that. And we have to inclusion. There are certain places, racial discrimination, regional discrimination, language discrimination. If it is there and you have to find a way, you can solve the problem. And social impact and corporate social responsibilities, again, as I said, there are many organizations, they are really doing wonder in this component. And there are certain organizations not doing it. It is because they are not understanding where they have to take. And it is an idea, I could say that it is an individual idea where the executive for the CSR. And if you plan and if are really meant for it, it reaches many. If he is not having that much exposure, and it won't reach many people. And employee well-being and mental health. When you're taking care of it, if you're taking care of the family, at the large, the community will be good. Certain area I can say, and there is a survey conducted, which was posted, I forgot the name, organization. And they said, which metro is most preferred by female employees? Interestingly, we thought that there are many places. Chennai is the most preferred place. And that why their female employees are willing to work here? Because they found that these are the places which taking care of their well-being. The holistic well-being. Don't think about physical, mental, and holistic component. And ethical practices and values alignment. Ethics is nothing but, we can say, Indians are more sovereignty. So we can say that we are meant for other people. We help other members. Altruism, these are the values. The ethical practice that need to be found. And many foreign organizations, they like to recruit Indians because of the value system. I can say one more thing. My friends are there in Northeast, and I ask them, what is the most preferred area they like? They like when you say, I'm from Tamil Nadu, the first preference is given to you. I wonder why? Because they witnessed here and they are giving more priority on that, the ethical practices. So they are giving preference to that. And it is culturally imbibed. When you say a person from a particular place, okay, we'll have a second thought, whether we can select. and it is psychologically influenced. And the person may be very good. He may follow the company values. But when we say he is from that particular area, North Chennai, and it has a mindset, okay, we will second thought. And for talent management and success planning is important. Anything when we start with the plan, definitely the outcome will be good. And partnership and collaboration that need to be done with the local community leaders will be there. We can go and meet them. So what is the real recruitment? What we can able to do that? And the need assessment you have already done. Whether I can able to get the right person from your side, whether you can able to support the placement cells. This can be done. And when you are bridging the gap, community and the individual, community and society. I hope I given the justification for that the time allotted for me. Sir, again, I'd like to record my sincere gratitude to you for giving an amazing opportunity. And with that, I can stop here. In the detailed inputs given to class, sir, you can be able to collect the whole presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. In the final slide, the HR professionals, you need a psychometric assessment. What I found that I'm in the field of psychology, I'm doing psychometric assessment. Many assessment done in English. And the culture is different. For example, most of the instrument, what you are doing for job satisfaction, Western country is totally different. For us, it is totally different. So we need to go for local thing, local expectations. So I identified a 10-core assessment. It is on bilingual, Tamil and English. For any employees, you can able to take this assessment and a profile will be given to them. For example, psychological well-being, their emotional intelligence, work-life balance, self-awareness, positive emotions, relationship, job satisfaction, the decision-making and problem-solving, stress management, resilience, and coping skills. So these are the areas that are identified. And these psychometric tools are available both in Tamil and English. And report also you can get it in Tamil and English. So with that, I can stop here. Once again, thank you all. And if you need any clarification from my side, from my presentation, I'm really happy to help you all. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
That's a wonder informative session. Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge and experience. Next, Q&A session. So, any questions from participants? Any questions?
I think there is no questions from the participants. So wonderful presentation, Suresh. Excellent. In fact, in HR side, the psychology part plays a major role, starting from recruitment till the employee onboard into the system and further employee relationship. All those aspects of psychology plays a major role. In fact, whatever the trainings we have provided is very useful. And already we are following certain psychology methods here. In fact, with some more new points we are able to see from your presentation. Thank you so much.
If there is one new takeaway from my presentation, I'm really happy, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, you are on mute. Das, sir, you are on mute.
No, sorry, you're mute.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Suresh. It's a much information. Now I realize that we should hire a psychology employee, or at least should hire a consultant. Since I have a unit in Chennai as well as a city as well as in Dindivanam, so we have around 150 people. So as you rightly said, there is a difference between a highly intelligent versus highly emotional. I have seen that. I have seen that. I am seeing that right now. So so as you said, when a positive emotion, it keep on growing to others. It's from today's we have a positive session, and we are all along with you with more positive. And what are the key elements? We have given the key elements, stakeholders, very detailed, even covering the society. It's I have never thought on that thing when I given you the topic. Okay, so even a society is more important from a HR perspective, since they are building the people, right? So if someone is not taken care, then the society might have a problem. Like right away you said, when we have people from different state or different place, then we even the person is good, but we think of the place ethics. Rightly you have catch up that. I think you should be a HR person. You should not be a professor.
Thank you, sir.
So you played a nook and corner of all the HR activities. Everything you have covered. I have never think you have covered this much. It's a very good presentation, and from this, everyone should understand that how psychology is important for personally as well as for a company, right? Suresh, definitely I will take the psychometric test for my company based upon the locations, based upon the job, so we can figure out and we can definitely have these psychometric tests in my company. We will discuss later. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. This session is recorded, and it will be available in YouTube soon, and it will be distributed to all the people in social media, as well as 50 people has registered, but only 18 came. But rest of the people will get this information. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you, Sundar. Thank you, Akshaya.
Thanks for all participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the participants. Akshaya, you can conclude and close it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, participants. Very good involvement. Please send your feedback about us and the speaker, which will help us to improve. Thanks for your time, and let's meet on another session soon. Thank you.
Thank you.